Hello and welcome back to Sakura Swim Club. I've been thinking about it a lot, and this theory is one that makes the most sense. You're sick of people trying to force you to succeed, aren't you? Look, I don't really want to talk about it. Hiromi just shrugs. Alright then. Never felt more reassured than I do now, though. My mother will be fine. She's always been strong. She'll be able to go through surgery and make it out. And after the therapy, I'm sure she'll be fine. It was just nice to hear someone else say it. So, thank you, once again. You're welcome. I haven't had a lot of friends in my life, but you're definitely one of them. And with a smile on her face, Hiromi heads out of the swimming pool. I'll see you later, friend. And with little else to do here, I head off as well. Neither of them seem to want to walk home together. It seems I stayed at swimming practice longer than I thought, and the sun's already gone down, and I come home to a pitch-black apartment. I'm too tired to actually fix dinner. Oh, I think I might just go to bed. Settling into bed, I find that sleep just can't take me. I've had so much to think about for the last few weeks. It's funny how much life has changed. And it's all because of those two. Now I'm on my way to becoming a half-decent athlete. At least Hiromi and Miku say that I'm becoming half-decent. They could just have been being polite for all I know. They wouldn't actually do that. Both of them have been honest with me the whole time, even with their most deeply held secrets. So why would they lie to me about my own performance? I don't know. No matter how many times I'm reassured, there's always a nagging thought at the back of my head. That little voice that tells me I don't have any talent at all. It only takes one person to sneer at me or look down at me to negate any reassurance I had. Perhaps that's why I've chosen not to care about it trying. But now things are changing. Okay. What was it like last year? This time last year, what was I even doing with myself? I think I'd have been sitting in class, staring at the ceiling just like I am now, listening to some teacher harping on about something I couldn't care less about. Yeah, that sounds fairly accurate to me. I certainly didn't have any aspirations for, well, anything. Nor really friends to speak of. That school in particular seemed to shun me, just because I'm my father's son. Another place which had all these grand expectations of me, but never asked me what I wanted for myself. At least now I'm doing something because I want to, not because someone else told me to do it. I hear the phone ringing, and dragging myself out of bed, I answer it. Hello, Kada. Hey, Dad. How have things been? Are you studying hard? Hard enough. And that swimming club? How's that been treating you? It's had its ups and downs. More ups than downs, though. You sound happier. Are you having a good time in your new school? Very much so. I'm glad to hear that. Something seems to be troubling him, though. I can hear it in his voice. The swimming club isn't distracting you, though, is it? It's important to find a balance between athletics and academics. I know, Dad. Look, you have to take this seriously. I really mean it. If you don't, it could determine where you end up in life. Another one of his doom and gloom forecasts. Why do I even bother picking up the phone, I wonder? I get it, Dad. I'm trying my best to study too. I would hope so. If you don't start doing better, I think I might just get you a private tutor. You can come back home and spend your free time however you like. Doesn't that sound good? I'm happy where I am, Dad. There's no need for a tutor or anything like that. If you say so. I'm just saying that it's an option for you if you feel that conventional schooling isn't working out. In hindsight, swapping you around at different schools obviously hasn't worked that well. So maybe private education is the way to go. But he still doesn't get it at all. Ah, but why should that be a surprise to me? It's not like I told him otherwise. Maybe it is. At least swimming's going well this time. I guess that's one good thing to come out of conventional schools. And what about those two you said were in the swimming club? Yeah, things are going fine with them. Just fine. There's not anything more to it right now. I think back on those intimate moments I had with them, but I really don't want to talk to Dad about that right now. Yeah, just fine. Oh, come on. I know a young man like you would be working your charms on them. They're probably falling for you already. Maybe. I don't know yet. They have subtle ways of expressing their affection, Kada. We've just got to work out what the hints are. I'll work on it. But anyway, what about you? How have things been with work? Busy, as always. I rarely ever get a day off work, but I'm happy to be working. Hard work is what got me where I am, so I don't intend to stop working. There's one thing I'll give my dad, is he never shies away from his work. I don't think there's ever been a period in his life when he didn't work. Oh yeah, if you want to do well on your next test, maybe we could go get a new game console for you? We still have that Arcadian battle station after all these years. Maybe it's time to upgrade. Thanks for the offer. The Arcadian's all I need. Alright, but I think having a reward of some kind if you succeed would be nice, right? Yeah, I guess so. Just surprise me. Hearty laughter on the other end echoes through the phone. You've got a deal. Anyway, I've got to get going once again. Glad to hear things are going okay. Yep. Glad things are going alright back home too. Love you, Gator. Love you, Dad. I put down the phone. Oh, I hope one day I'll be able to tell her the truth. Oh well. Oh, it wasn't such a bad conversation. It's still nice to talk to him, even if it makes me feel bitter at times. While my life has changed, there's still a lot looming over me. But I'm already starting to get back on track. Maybe it's all going to be okay. Yeah, everything's going to be okay. It's different this time. I know that I'm getting better. If you spend so long doing something, though, you don't tend to notice the improvements. They're subtle, tiny changes. You move a little bit faster, the muscles take the strain a little bit better, your technique gets a little bit more refined. I've noticed that, actually. There you go, because, as some of you may or may not know, I take a weekly class in medieval sword fighting. And one of the first things they try to teach you is the sort of proper footwork. And yeah, it's amazing the fact that after I've been doing it for a couple of years now, and it's got to the point where the footwork feels natural. At the beginning it feels really, really weird, but by this point I can do it, without thinking about it. But I'll freely admit, in order to get to that point, I did sort of start practicing the footwork whenever I had a free moment. It's a case of waiting for the oven timer. Oh well, got a minute. Do some footwork, back and forth across the kitchen. Waiting at the bus stop. Might as well do some footwork. A lot of practice, but totally worth it in the end. That's what annoys me about self-improvement. It takes a long time for you to actually notice any significant difference. Mainly because, well, true self-improvement's always subtle. I wonder if Hiromi and Miko experienced this with training too. They surely would have gotten better after all these training sessions. I wouldn't be able to tell though, like goddesses emerging from the waters whilst I was swimming at the place of a sea slug. I can hear them calling from the edges of the pool. Come on, one more lap. Don't let your fatigue ruin your technique. We've got to work on your stamina. I guess that's the nature of self-improvement. Once you stand in the spotlight, you should expect everyone to criticize your abilities. Ah well. If it makes me strive to become better, then I suppose it's fine. As I finish my last lap, I sort of slide across the edge of the pool, like a jellyfish washed up on a beach. Even better than last time. You're going well, you just need to keep it up. They sound happier. I don't think I've had this much fun at swimming practice since those days. Back when... She stops herself before she says it. It's okay, Hiromi. He knows. He does? When did you tell him about that? A few days ago? I felt that we couldn't have any more secrets in this club. He's been here long enough to know about it. Well, he also knows about my mother. Oh? This is strange. Neither of us have been able to open up to anyone like this before. There's something special about you, Keda. You're very special to me. And her face turns red. She covers it with her hands, but... I said it! I managed to say it! Special? Special in what way? That way? Hiromi looks grim when she mentions that. I won't lie. That's exactly how I feel about you too. We both... Both of them look at each other for a moment. Hiromi? What is it? This doesn't seem right to you, does it? You mean... I know you're my friend, but I don't want to give him up. Oh god, there's a storm on the horizon. I can feel it. Miku, calm down. We're friends, right? Let's talk about this. I'm staying the hell out of this. Yeah, I'd better stay out of it. I think I just made it worse if I tried to defend one from the other. What is there to talk about? Only... Only one of us can date him, you know. Well, that sounded like a declaration of war. I'm sorry, that's just a... You know, that's a throwback. I have, you know... There are people who do make committed, you know, committed relationships between multiple people, well, more than 2 people, work. And you know what? If it makes them happy, good on them. This really is my attitude. You know, if you can genuinely pull off, you know, a relationship between more than 2 people and it makes everyone involved happy, then what the hell is the problem? There's precious little happiness in this world. I don't see why we should be trying to clamp down on things that make people happy. Still, whatever. Did those 2 get along as well as I thought they did? Don't shout at me like that! I'm getting into each other's faces before I know what's happening. Why did you have to fall for him too? I didn't know I wasn't allowed to! I stand there, shocked at the scene unraveling before me. Well, that's what that conversation about his girlfriend was about. No kidding! How did you not figure that? It really is a running theme of these games that the main character is a complete goddamn moron. Miku shoves Hiromi away from her. I thought we were meant to be friends. How could you do this to me? You're being selfish. You can't decide for Keita who he dates or who falls in love with him. Hiromi shoves her back, nearly knocking her over. Why would he fall for someone as dull as you? All you do is stand around and pretend you're thinking deep thoughts. And you really aren't thinking anything at all? What about you? Why do you think you would date an immature, spoiled brat? You spent the last few months moping and carrying on. Do you really think you were the only person who was hurt by what happened? She was more my friend than yours? Didn't you hear what all those people said about me? You're selfish, absolutely selfish. It seems that they've had these sentiments lying beneath the surface for a long time. And unfortunately, this confession has made it blow up in their faces like a time bomb. I'm selfish? Every time you went to see your mother in hospital, I was the one who brought you swimming gear to training? You think I felt nothing when I saw the state your mother was in? I've known her for nearly as long as you. I've done so much for you, Hiromi. And I've done so much for you, Miku. I've had enough of this. You should let the most important person here decide. Fine, I know he'll make the right choice. Who's it going to be, Keita? Which one of us would you rather date? Both of them look at me, tears beginning to form in the corners of their eyes. Oh, they're both really badly hurt right now. Pick one over the other would only make the situation worse. I only see one way out of this. They're waiting on my word. Both of them watch as I slowly open my mouth to speak. I would date both of you at the same time. Never before have I witnessed a moment of silence quite as awkward as this. Neither of them can actually comprehend what I just said. They can only stand there with stunned expressions on their faces. What? Hiromi finishes her sentence for her. Did you just say you would date both of us? Yes, I would. You mean you'd date both of us as a way of determining, right? No, I would just date both of you at the same time. I wouldn't pick one over the other. Stupid? Real life isn't a harem anime? How can you possibly think that you can date 2 girls at once? For the record, the creator of Wonder Woman, whose name I can never bloody remember, did it successfully. And both of his significant others played fairly major parts in helping to define Wonder Woman as a character. So, yeah, interesting bit of trivia if you didn't know that. I can only stare at her blankly as she says that. I don't watch anime. Can't make a comparison. I'm not going to explain it for you. She awkwardly turns away, trying to get her bearings. Well, the point is, you can't really date both of us at the same time. Why not? If you're both okay with it, I don't see the problem here. Think about the rumours that would spread if we did this. Our reputations would be ruined. Screw them. I'm sorry, my attitude is, you do what makes you happy. If it doesn't hurt anyone, then the people with the problem are the people who are being dicks about it. Right, that's a reasonable enough point to end this part, so thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next.